Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my video. On this video, I will be showcasing a game project I have made for my NEA project for computer science. First, here are my user requirements. These user requirements is what I need to accomplish on this project. My end user is from the Philippines, which is a friend of mine, and we have agreed to a game that is a turn-based game in a medieval fantasy. For my first user requirement, the end user wants the game to have a title screen with similar designs with Hollow Knight and Skyrim, a simple background like Hollow Knight's, and a memorable logo like Skyrim. On the screen is the main menu of my game. The logo is in the middle, the play button is in the middle, the quit button is below it, and the settings button is below it. The background color is also black. This is to meet the end user requirement of having similar traits to the Skyrim and Hollow Knight main menu screen. As for my second end user requirement, my end user wants the enemy variety of the game to have goblins, undead, demons, and dragons. This is shown in my implementation document attached. It is under the character class and in the forest monsters, demonland monsters, and cave monsters. Now, for my third end user requirement, my end user wants the game to have a turn-based combat that when you click a button, the character will attack or do something like a skill when clicking a button on the screen. Now, for my fourth end user requirement, the end user wants three additional classes, which are the cleric, peasant, and Viking classes. The cleric's job is to be the healer, the peasant's job is to be the weakest class in the early game, but become the strongest class in the late game. The Viking class will be a berserker type character, meaning the Viking will have a lot of powerful buff when their HP is low. This can be seen in my implementation document attached in the character section and cleric line, Viking line, and peasant line sections. As for my fifth end user requirement, my end user wants the party system of the game to be a select a preset party rather than a select of your own party member. Now, when you press the play button in the main menu screen, we will be transported to the character selection screen of the game. In the character selection screen, we can see sprites of the classes in a preset party. In preset 1, we have a squire, the mage, the cleric, and the tank. In preset 2, we have a squire, a thief, a mage, and a cleric. Down below is a play button. This play button is unclickable right now, as it needs the validation of the party to be full, which right now is empty, as we haven't pressed a preset. When we click a preset, it will make the validation be true to the party to be full, and the preset party will become the player's party for the game. For now, we will be pressing the preset 1 to inherit the preset party of a squire, a mage, a tank, and a cleric. Now, when we press this preset 1, the play button will now become clickable. Now, for my sixth end user requirement, my end user wants the game to be over when each party member in the party has a health of 0, in which we'll return the player to the main menu to restart another run. On the screen is the program of codes in which is the validation for this end user requirement. As you can see, For each character in the player party, the P count will go up if the health is 0, in which if P count is equals to 4, the battle state will become lost. While on the other hand, for each character in Monster Party, if monster character health is equal to 0 or less than 0, the M count will go up. And if the M count goes up to 4, the battle state will declare its win for the player. Now, as for my 7th end user requirement, my end user wants the combat screen of the game to be at the top left to be the battle background that has the HUDs on both under it and on the right side of it. And as for my 8th end user requirement, my end user wants a simple leveling system where the player will level up their stats based on how many level points they have. They get the level points by leveling up from defeating a level. Now, as for my 9th end user requirement, my end user wants to see the enemy's health on the HUD and it changes when it's attacked by a party member that we have pressed a button for a skill or a normal attack. Now, for my 10th end user requirement, my end user wants the game to use a speed-based turn-based system in which the characters with a higher speed will tend to go first. And now on the screen is how we load in the battle system of the game. In the battle system, we first call the setup battle to enqueue every combatant in which is a mix of the player's party and the monster party. We enqueue it by the character, class, and its initial delay, which is calculated by this. This will determine its position in the queue. Now, after clicking the play button in the character selection screen, we are now transferred to the combat screen of the game, in which we can see the battle background in the top left corner, the HUD below it, and another HUD beside it. In the right HUD, we have the skills of the character, the attack button, and the back button. As for the HUD below the combat screen, we have the health of each of the characters, the name of the characters present in the combat. Now I will be testing the combat system of the game, in which when we use a skill, a prompt will show up in which we can select which enemy to attack to. Now, after defeating the enemies, we will now be prompted with the upgrade system screen. In the upgrade system screen, we can select which character we want to upgrade. For this leveling test, we will be upgrading the Squire class, in which we will be upgrading its character attack. When we press this button, the character attack will increase, and the level of the character will also increase. Now, after completing level 2, I have upgraded the Squire again, in which it is now character level 17, in which it has evolved from a Squire to a Knight. And as you can see, when we load up a new battle, The squire has now become a knight. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.